Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot, getting ready to do Taurus and Aquarius sitting in a tree, KISSING, for the month of January 2021. Cards out. We're actually gonna start this first week on Monday, which is the 11th, and we'll just roll right on into February the 10th. That's about where we'll stop. So yeah, y'all are going through some shit. Page of Swords pulls Temperance. Two of Wands pulls the Seven of Swords. High Priestess pulls the King of Wands. Five of Pentacles is pulling Justice card. Ten of Cups is pulling the Nine of Cups, Lord, from 9 to 10. Three of Wands on top of the Ace of Swords. Wheel of Fortune is pulling the Four of Pentacles. Three of Swords is pulling the Five of Swords. Woo, a lot of air. Eight of Pentacles on top of the Temperance. Oh boy. Well, now. What the hell? 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 Taurus, and this is all coming from Taurus's perspective. So if you're cross-watching Aquarius, or Aquarius rising, or moon, or whatever, this is all from Taurus's perspective. Very clearly and very soundly. That's what Spirit is saying. This is all Taurus right here. With recognizing the need for healing. Taurus, you right now are dealing with emotional shit. I'm gonna just get down here to the Three of Swords. Where it is, what it is. Whatever has happened, or whatever's happening has happened, if that makes any sense. So you're dealing with the fallout right now. So something may have happened. We're going back as far as Thanksgiving. Something may have happened Christmas, New Year's. Some of you may have been stood up by your Aquarian date on New Year's. Others of you may have been stood up by your Aquarian date on Christmas. And that in turn triggered a whole bunch of bullshit. So right now, Taurus, you're trying to heal emotional wounds. And this is a big deal for you. That's major energy, that Temperance card. And we don't have the front end. We got the ass end. Some of you had to use your keen mental Wonder Woman or Wonder Man, Superman, Batman powers to discern some shit and realize you needed to pull your damn sword out. That's Aries, Aquarius energy now. Just be mindful and start beating back the dogs. Just saying. Could have been some gossip, some talk, but overall your feeling is that you need to be healing. And you need to bring some balance back. You need to heal emotional wounds. And how you go about doing that is really up to you, Taurus. I've been telling y'all, Taurus, balls in your court this year. How you dealing with shit is how you dealing with shit. And that's going to be the end of it. On the back end of your overall energy, that sinking feeling, I got it in my stomach dealing with losses. That Seven of Swords, definitely coming from your Aquarius. The Seven in this deck, the Seven of Swords in this deck on this side deals with intellectual theft. Excuse me. However, I don't think that's really what it is. I think somebody got a little cunning, a little shrewd, and pulled some shit. And you went, what? That part right there. And so you're dealing with loss. And I'm going to say it's probably the loss of your Aquarius's attention on some level. All is not lost, though. Hold that thought. Sitting on top of that Two of Wands, you're in planning mode. For some of you, there may be some reunions, or there may be the hope of a reunion of some sort. Some of y'all cut shit off at the past completely. So this is not necessarily for those couples that are living together full time. Maybe this is, you do Tuesday, Wednesday at my house, and I do Thursday, Friday at your house. That's been cut short. All of that has been cut short. It feels like a smaller portion of you may actually be separated out of a marriage. Your challenge here is for you to come into this situation with honesty and some wisdom, and not ignore the spiritual side of yourself. That's your challenge in this relationship this year. And really trying to just it's the king. So regardless of whatever king it is, it's just it's a king. And so you probably going to have to take the higher road on this one, Taurus. I'm going to just put that out there. That king is just saying, yeah, you're going to have to be the adult in the situation. If you find that high priestess, there's some manipulation going on, or some underhanded, just fuck it, take the higher road. And as long as you stay on your truth, talking about that honesty, and you relying on what you know for a fact, talking about that damn wisdom, you'll be fine. And that in turn will help you heal some of these emotional wounds that you have from whatever has gone on. There's definitely third party energy here. And again, I'm reading from Taurus's perspective, so I'm going to say this is Aquarius that's got the third party shit going on. When we're looking at the first week of this, we're starting on Monday, the 11th. We got the back end of Miss Justice. Talking about the destruction of balance on this side. And with the Five of Pentacles, in any deck, the Five of Pentacles is just the woe is me card. What the hell, what the fuck? The worst of whatever needed to happen or come out is out. The worst of whatever needed to be done is done. So just know that part going into this new year. Whatever the worst of whatever you found out now. That's not to say you're not going to still find out additional information if your Aquarius was cheating on you. And be mindful, I said I'm doing this from Taurus's perspective, but energy could be reversed. I'm just saying, I'm going to throw that out there. It could be. But it really feels like I'm reading for Taurus right now. If you've been in a cohabitation situation, there may be some money issues. Taurus, you may come up short on certain bills because Aquarius is mad because you didn't thrown your little light out there and said what you needed to say, and they don't want to help now. So that is there, and that's really talking about the destruction of balance. Again, the worst of this is over, but still you got to manage the fallout. The Nine of Cups on the Ten of Cups. It's like y'all can't make this get to the end. Like you can't get to the finish line. The connection between the two of you, cell phones. That's a good way to put this. You know how you go in and out of coverage, and so you'll be on a call and then you don't hear nothing, and you keep drive up another mile, and then I was talking, I didn't hear you. Y'all have been going in and out. This is what this sounds like. Whether or not that connection can come back full is just yet to be seen. And there's some emotional things, all these damn cups. There's just some emotional things that are going to have to be worked through on both sides. The Nine of Cups on this side talks about consolidation. And if you're able to sit down with your Aquarius partner, male or female, doesn't matter there, and air some things out, and begin to consolidate some of the emotional stuff and get some understanding about where you are emotionally. That'll go a long way in at least getting you on the road where you're not losing or dropping the call, if you will. We get past that with the Three of Wands on top of the Ace of Swords. Get grounded, Taurus, because you're getting ready to go into a phase here with your Aquarius that you're going to have to make some important decisions. So there's going to be some conversation this week, I feel like. And you may have to just throw your shit in the fire, you know. Fuck. What the fuck? Tell them how you feel. Because whatever happened, and I'm going to just say they created a complete and total destruction of any balance that you had in the relationship. So this first week coming up, just remember you're going to do better on the side of change. You do not want to go back. If you're trying to stay in this relationship, you do not want to go back in it the same way you came out of it. So there's some emotional things you're going to have to deal with. You're not going to be able to blow this one off. There's no way. And again, looking at that King of Wands up there, be honest. Be honest. Just be honest. You can't do nothing else. Be honest. We get to the second week with the Four of Pentacles on top of the Wheel of Fortune. I heard another reader a few days ago say the Wheel of Fortune always is about good things coming. And I believe that. Taurus, you may be feeling with that Four of Pentacles like you ain't doing nothing but sitting there looking out the window. She never calls me. I don't know why. Yeah. You may just be feeling stuck. Of course, the other side of this talks about foresight and balance. But the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor, Taurus. That's major energy. Now, what that means exactly is going to be determined upon your own individual situation. So this could be a lot of things for a lot of people. If there's been a situation of cheating that's been going on, Wheel of Fortune may just throw a new schedule into the mix. Or it may be time to go. And a job may open up somewhere and help you get out of the situation completely. Just saying. So depending on your own personal situation, don't feel stuck. Because just because you don't hear the wheel turning, it's turning. And when it stops, you get whatever it is that you need to keep moving forward. The Five of Swords on top of the Three of Swords, talking about heartbreak and separation. But your Aquarius is really scared of the crisis this is bringing about. And it feels like in some situations, there was just that connection once again. And that I said cell phone, probably not a mistake. Communication just didn't happen. It didn't happen for whatever that's worth. And so it brought on all this shit. Here you go. The Aquarius in this issue is going to be disappointed. Not with you, Taurus. And they weren't disappointed with you in the first place. They just got caught up in some bullshit. Let's put it that way. Got caught up in their head. And they hesitated when they should have moved. That's the best way I know how to put the energy. This is something that they may have to work through on their own. Especially if you're talking about walking away from the situation, Taurus. They may have to just get their own Kleenex and pat their own butt at this point. But I think the message for you, Taurus, is to understand you're not the only one going through whatever it is that's being felt. Whatever happened, whoever got caught, whatever heartbreak there was in the situation, don't feel like Aquarius is beyond this. I know a lot of times people feel like Aquarius and Gemini, they're unfeeling. Libra too, for that matter. All the air signs just they have no emotion about shit, and that's so wrong. It really is not right. That's just incorrect. But because they are not as grounded, obviously you're dealing with an air sign as we are, and not maybe as in touch with their emotional shit. It just is what it is. If you can be of any kind of help, Taurus, once again, that wisdom and honesty, do. If you can't, or if you don't want to, don't. It's just that simple. Depending on where you are in the scheme of things, you can help if you want to, and it all goes to how you feel about the relationship. Is it worth it? Do you want to stay in it? Whatever. But Aquarius may have to just go through the fear and loathing of dealing with whatever fallout on their own. And maybe that's what needs to happen. I'll just throw that up there against the wall. There's a caution here at the end of the second week with the Eight of Pentacles on top of the Temperance to not walk away from the changes. Some of you may not want to change. Some of you may not want to break up. But that may be exactly what you need now. Because you break up now does not mean that you won't come back together later. I need to throw that part out there too. So those of you, there's that Chariot, that are getting ready to hop on that damn chariot, if you think this is worth coming back to at some later point, keep a line of communication open. If you're leaving, here's my email. You ever need to call me, contact me, here it is. There you go. I don't know who I'm telling that to, but you may need to just leave it like that so that you can come back to this at another time. Just timing is in this. Timing is definitely in this. So it just depends on what kind of situation you're coming out of. We get to that third week with the Knight of Swords on top of the Chariot. As you are, it's the same thing. It's a need to return to balance. Some of you may not be able to find that unless you go. It's just that simple. You may not be able to reclaim any kind of balance until you separate or call a truce or whatever the case may be. With the Knight up here, of course, the backside's about decisions, but you may need to just take the King. Yeah, it's the King of Wands and wisdom and honesty, but you may just need to get some kingly energy about some shit and take the higher road. Aquarius might not emotionally be able to do that at this point. I'm just saying. So you may need to take a broader view. I'm going to say you may need to just take the bigger road and rise above whatever the bullshit is going on and see a clearer path for yourself. Just saying. Once again, we got the Chariot on top of the Nine of Wands. Definitely, let me say this, Taurus, for you, it feels like you will have more success ultimately if you walk away from this situation at this time. That's just how this feels. Again, I'm not saying it's the end all be all and it's going to be forever, but there may just, for the two of you, for the sake of argument, you may need to just separate. And it may be a year. It could even be 2 years, because the both of you need to see what went on. A lot of underhanded, I'm just looking at the cards and feeling the energy. A lot of underhanded shit, a lot of undermining, a lot of not communication that should have happened and didn't. There was hesitation and procrastination on somebody's part. I'm probably going to say Aquarius, because Taurus is not real good about hesitating on shit once they get going. So it may be a situation where you need to just step away from the confusion, Taurus. And in order for you to be successful in this moment, trudge ahead. Just fuck it. Just trudge ahead. With the Emperor, and this that concrete logic that we're talking about on top of the Ace of Pentacles, you may have to acquire a little bit of that Aquarian logic and just start it over. You may have to start it over without your Aquarius. Those of you that stay within your situation, you may have to come up with a new game plan in order for this relationship to remain viable. Just say it like that. And the Emperor, that person, he can whip an ass, run a country, and wash dishes all in one fell swoop. I'm just saying. So you may have to get that energy, and you may have to just back off. You may just have to back off. For some of you, this may be about an opportunity between you and an Aquarius that was just blocked. And so there's some divine energy here. Some of you may have been protected or just moved out of the way while whatever karmic lessons, need to come out, come out. This last week, and so now we are definitely in February with the Queen of Wands on top of the Queen of Swords. Again, we're talking about queens now. Your awareness of the situation should remind you just who you are. Yes, a Queen of Swords and that's Aquarian energy, but this is about understanding your independence. Some of you may be into toxic, codependent situations with your Aquarius, and it may just be time for you to become that bitch. Is with an S. Both of them, the Queen and the Queen. And again, it's the same thing here about taking the higher road. You may have to just back out, and it's painful. It's painful. I know it's painful. Dealing with somebody that feels like they don't care or that they've detached themselves from a situation, in particular, the commitment you thought you had with them. You may need to let them go ahead and work this out on their own, Taurus. I'm just throwing it up there. You may need to say, fuck it. I've done all I could do. I love you, but I got to go. You can sit here and pull around and look at the stars if you want to. I'm out. Now, in that, as I'm looking at that Six of Coins, those of you that were living together, this is where you'll see whatever's supposed to happen in terms of money and stuff that you may have accumulated together. This will be about the time you start talking about separating all of that. At the end of this, Three of Cups on top of the Strength card, talk about facing reality and healing. It's facing the reality of the situation as it is in the current moment and just dealing with that shit with the way it is. Now, this reading is not for everybody. So if you're in a good and happy and Taurus and Aquarius situation, keep going. Keep going. Every Taurus and Aquarius situation is not all fucked up. Just saying. But don't eat the fish, leave the bones. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. For the rest of you that are actually going through some form of this, the thing to note is that, again, for this month, you need to just be honest and true. You may need to take the high road and step back and let everybody else do all the caterwauling and fighting and shit and keep your shit moving. Once again, Taurus, don't forget you have Uranus in your sign. So if this is one of those situations that's being swept out, might be for the best. Might be time for a change. Clear the past. Let some of this shit go. If you're moving forward without each other, clear the past. And again, I think that was this first week. There may be some conversations, not to reconcile, but to heal. There may be some information that the two of you need to have a conversation about. So both of you understands what's going on. Sleep on it. Some of you may need to sleep on decisions, those final decisions you're thinking about making. That's definitely Taurus energy. And it ain't going to hurt to throw some prayers up there. What the hell? I'm just saying. Let go. I can't say it no better than that. Damn it. Just let go. Let go. Hold on so tight and you can't let go. Let go. And see what happens. Sometimes letting go is the best thing. And the relationship stays intact. But, you're not all stressed out because you let go. You just let things happen naturally. I'm just saying. Yes, Taurus. Do this. Keep smiling. Don't let all this shit get to the better of you. Just keep smiling. Keep doing your thing. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to keep it going? Is it worth it to walk away? You can look at that coin on both sides, but ultimately, is it worth it? Is the relationship worth keeping? Those of you that feel like you've been betrayed to the nth degree, is it even worth it talking about it now? That part. Show some gratitude. things may be all shit to hell right now, but show some gratitude, because there are people wishing they had the circumstances you had, wish they could break up or walk away. Just saying. Taurus, I love you. I hope y'all have a good rest of the weekend, good week. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.